This is the parallel universe and reality that we actually all deserve. That's right! As of course, there's a lot of drama unfolding right now. Some of it is pretty hilarious. Some of it is pretty comedic. As of course, some of it is just downright awful. As it's not just Hassan memes that are going viral right now. As of course, there's also a big argument happening right now between Tim Pool and Dabu7, as well as new accusations against Gavin Wax and his own Young Republicans group and club. What in the world is really going on here? Well, we're going to talk about some of the drama, some of the culture, some of the kind of incidences that are unfolding right now that I think are important to talk about, especially when it comes to not just shaming kind of bad activity here, but most importantly, making sure that copyright law is actually respected here. Now, we're going to get into a kind of unique video. I never really kind of made this type of video before, but if you like it, subscribe, click the notification button, and if this video does well, I will, of course, do more of these. Now, I just remember a few hours ago, I saw Tim Pool post this. I know Dabu and I know Tim, obviously, and he says, YouTube and Dabu7 pulling some BS, filing a false copyright takedown on my video. Dabu7, quote, "You're a scumbag piece of ish." As of right now, in the making of this video, I haven't seen Dabu respond here as Tim Pool posted the full video on Rumble. I did watch the full video on Rumble, as it looks like his video is unavailable because of a copyright claim. Now, when I looked at the Rumble video, Tim Pool did play a snippet, a couple seconds of Dabu7, claiming that a guy that was a part of Charlie Kirk's security team that Charlie Kirk hired and personally employed used something like a palm gun in his hand and shot Charlie. A claim that Tim ridiculed and made fun of, and then kind of addressed as ridiculous because it's ridiculous, right? It's pretty clear, especially with some of the ballistic data that Chris Martinson did here, that it was a bigger caliber rifle. Now, what kind of bullet? That's still being kind of debated here. People are still waiting for autopsy results, medical examiners to come out with their reports and data. There's, information that we're still waiting to officially come out. But listen, I, as well as a lot of other people, still believe that there are some legitimate questions to ask here. Now, but there's also some ridiculous ones that do deserve to be called out and do deserve to be ridiculed. My best kind of approach to this is usually, I wouldn't give it much attention, but when it's from, serious people and big content creators, I think it's worth addressing. And many times throughout my coverage of all of this, I've saw a lot of different theories out there, and we address them head on because you need to, and you need to have an honest discourse. I thought Tim was fair. I think he played a small clip, and I thought he debunked it pretty consistently with logic type of a approach here. And then Dabu filed a copyright claim against him, which I think is wrong. I think this is absolutely fair use, and you have a right to ask whatever questions you want. But you're taking down someone's videos because you disagreed with them, that's just wrong, right? Especially when you're abusing the copyright system, which clearly happened here. Now, again, a guy scratching himself is a lot different than a guy taking a shot. And there's been a lot of ridiculous theories out there. And I remember just hearing some of them over the weekend. I was meeting with like random people, a part of this like random group here. I won't release too much information, but I was just hanging out with normies. Right. And one of the normies was like, "What do you think about that Charlie Kirk stuff? You saw his security guards? They made some weird hand gestures. One of them is seen smiling. One of them was seen putting his hands in a pocket." I looked at the video. I examined it correctly. I don't see anything there. I don't think there was a palm gun. I don't think Charlie's own security that he hired, that was from his own company, would have done this. It just makes no logical sense at all here. Now, again, you do see a guy kind of grimace. You see his face kind of move. To say that somehow is that is proof that there was a grander conspiracy. And what? You see what looks like a challenge coin kind of handoff, or some handoff, or maybe a candy or something. I don't know. Someone put something. Okay. A lot of these theories are just ridiculous. And there are some people that are just trying to get clicks by using and abusing them. Now, does that mean all questions are illegitimate and stupid and you dare ask? No. I think you're more than welcome to ask, especially with how, I would argue, unwell of a job that the FBI has done here, specifically with some of the mishap with the text message exchange, with cutting and editing some of the video footage, especially when he was on the roof, editing the footage and not giving us the full, clear video footage, the questioning of the kind of narratives and the text messages, the guy who's running a distraction knowingly that openly confessed to having adult content with children on his phone when he was at the hospital, pulled his pants down. He's like, I did it. I'm the one who was. That stuff is weird. The parents have gone missing. The furry boyfriend has gone missing. I think maybe they're in protective custody. Maybe they're going to be testifying here. We'll see. I think a lot of the questions are going to be answered as we go on. If they're not, I'm going to keep pressing them, and I think we deserve an answer, especially when it comes to this court proceedings and getting all the type of legitimate answers that we deserve here. Now, again, some of those questions are a lot more warranted than just kind of wildly speculating, no, it's his own private security guard that had a palm gun, which, again, is ridiculous, in my opinion, and doesn't add up just on multiple logical fronts here. Now, am I going to be taken down because of that, too? I hope not. But Tim made his point. I'm going to play a clip of Tim's point here because I think it's a very good one and an important one, because this is the video that was just taken down from YouTube. I'll play a clip of it in a little bit. Before I do, we got to pay the bills around here. We got to tell you about thebestpoliticalshirts.com, where we got a lot of really great, awesome shirts. The one I'm wearing right now is featuring, of course, Billy Boy. And the shirt that I have on right now, this says "Trust Me," and it's Billy Boy with a nice, procedure in his hands here, and he's looking dapper and happier than ever. Great for Halloween, by the way. Couple years ago, I went as a eugenist doctor with a procedure in my hand that was trying to give everyone autism. Anyway, look at the shirt I got here, $34. Great shirt, lovely shirt. Look at that. Look at how great that shirt is. You could get it too, and you could wear it. You could put on like a nurse's or doctor's outfit with that, and then take a big procedure in your hand and then give people autism. That's a great Halloween costume. You're welcome. All right, I have my own. I'm going to be going as Lindsey Graham's Ladybugs. Halloween's a fun time. It's fun to dress up. It's fun to dress well. It's fun to express yourself like you can on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Can't recommend being a part of doing your lazy form of activism, speaking out, and sharing thoughts and expressions of your opinion with the general wide public. It's really fun to do so. Once you start engaging in those conversations, things start opening up in this world once you start opening up to it. And you can do that on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Now, this is what Tim had to say, which I thought was even-keeled, reasonable. And for his video to be taken down and to have the copyright strike system kind of used here, because he played 5 seconds of Dabu 7's video and he critiqued it lightly, he wasn't even being mean, is ridiculous. Now, I'm still waiting for Dabu to release his kind of statement about what happened here. So far, I haven't seen him answer back against Tim kind of calling him out here.
Conspiracy theorists, and I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say that. I'm saying when the people who are theorizing that there may be a conspiracy, because I don't mean that derisively, are saying it's not possible. Well, it is possible. I'm not saying that I know for sure either. I think that many people are latching onto what Colvett said, calling it a magic bullet, and they're fanning the flames of theories that are less likely. I'll say.
Yeah. Now, it wasn't the best statement, and Tim agrees. And he kind of describes how Andrew Colvett was trying to prop up Charlie and be nice to Charlie after his passing and try to make him look as like a bigger figure than than he was saying. He was Superman. He's Superman. Superman bones. again, in these types of incidents, you just got to be kind of clear cut, right? In the official version of events that we're being told right now, bullet entered the neck, hit his spine, ricocheted in his body. You look at Chris Martinson's video, the breakdown frame by frame, the cavitation of the body expanding, just like you see when a bullet enters that gel throughout a lot of this stuff. It makes sense and it adds up. Now, what grain, what angle, I think all of that matters. Chris Martinson does have other questions surrounding the kind of acoustics of this ballistic bullet shot that he has reason to be skeptical of. Okay. But other than that, it is very consistent of the official narrative that even he, who comes from a conspiracy mindset, and I am more of a conspiracy-minded person than Tim even is, but I have to agree with him here. Yeah, weird statement by Andrew, and we all kind of agree. But does that mean other conspiracies are afoot here? And there's a lot of ridiculous ones that are blaming Erica Kirker, which are ridiculous. And again, he goes on and explains how in these types of situations, Tim would be taking any type of drug in order to calm him down so he could get the job done here and propel the mission forward of TP USA. And that's the kind of hint here of potentially that what might be happening here. Because again, this is a very difficult situation. It's a very tough situation. It's a very big emotional situation. And emotions and trauma have a weird way of affecting a lot of people. And to sit and be like, oh, look at her, Eric. Oh, yeah, Eric is bad. And I'm like, you don't understand like trauma or life loss, or you never really experienced it. And you're lucky enough to never really experience something like that in your life. Because when you do, people act in all sorts of weird, different type of ways, especially when trauma occurs. So to go into these kind of larger arguments, I think is more reductive than productive. And listen, I have my own questions. Andrew came out and said he has his own questions. I asked him directly. I was like, do you have any questions yourself? He publicly answered. He confirmed the BB letter, and he confirmed the Candace Owens text messages. I think so far he's trying to do his best of a job that he can, being as open and transparent as he can, as of course he's also part of the official investigation, and there's some things that he just cannot say publicly. And for some people, that's not good enough. So for some people, they're like, release all the footage right now. And I'm like, I don't even want to see the footage myself. Have an independent third party. I think that's a happy medium. But have the autopsy report. There's always a rational type of like, okay, take a step back. Let's stop copyright strike. Let's stop attacking. Let's take a step back. Understand we're all on the same side here. What happened to Charlie, we never want to happen ever again. As I would say, vast majority of the people asking questions are people who are legitimately caring and considerate. There are other bad actors that are predatory, that are either working by predatory means of trying to get clicks and attention. There are other people financed by other foreign governments that want to sow division. There are other people on the left that want to, of course, obfuscate the fact that the left did this. I think that doesn't even matter anymore, mainly because hypothetically, the left did it or didn't. The left celebrated it, and that's way bigger of a tell than even them doing that. What? My camera just bugged out. I don't know why my camera just bugged out, but anyway, it just did. Zoom in on my nostril. Anyway. Now, a lot of people are saying, why are you trying to obfuscate and say, it wasn't the left? Why are you doing the bidding of the left here? Quartering here has been very critical of a lot of these individuals. And I think, again, the middle of the road answer is more reasonable. And I think there's half-truths in a lot of this. As he responded to Tim Pool saying, I thought these people were just asking questions now. When you ask questions, why do you take down your videos? There's another incident between Jack Posobiec and Ian Carroll. I have to agree with Sarah Stock here. And again, I called out Ian. I was like, this is not the best of looks. Like, it's not nice to do this, especially to a guy that just lost his friend. And Ian's questioning, no, it wasn't a violent leftist, Jack. And again, we need compelling evidence and proof. We have a lot of circumstantial stuff. We don't have anything solid. I agree with Sarah Stock when she says, unless you have any real evidence of this, it's very a rude thing to say to someone who has lost their friend. Yeah. And it is coming off rude. And I think the people who have questions, you have to walk a very fine line but by not being jackasses. And let's be honest, there are some jackasses in this space. And some jackasses deserve to be called out. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. It looks like Tim's also taking his case and argument now against Liquid Death, as it looks like an argument is also brewing between him and the company with their plastic-lined type of products that I'm not a fan of. I just don't like the negative juju, but also they like use like satanic marketing type of tricks in order to sell their product. And I don't know, just drinking something with water on it that, by the way, if you want to get all hippy-dippy, has memory, and just saying death. I don't like that. Watch Water, the Great Mystery. Great documentary. Can't recommend it enough. I think it's free on YouTube, by the way. If you have some time, go watch it. Now, there's other controversy brewing, not just between Tim Pool and Dabu and Liquid Death. Not a fan of Liquid Death. With Gavin Wax and the Young Republicans, as there was a chat group leaked and people were saying some edgy, crazy stuff. I don't care. I really don't care. Now, the question remains, who released it? Milo Yiannopoulos is pretty convinced that it's Gavin. There's some people coming out saying it wasn't Gavin that leaked this to Politico. Politico originally released the story. So far, Gavin has not released an official statement describing what actually happened here. But we have Newsweek. Young Republicans hit with calls to resign, vile chats leaked. Again, private chats, people just being in a private kind of setting, probably being silly, probably being just a little ridiculous, just like some private chats are. As Clint Russell points, this story is important because we suffered through a lot of cancel mobs that deplatformed and canceled a lot of people that were anti-establishment, a lot of people that were on the right. We rejected it all. Will we reject it now, or will cancel culture work here with this own particular case here? And for me, this is why I'm like, I don't give a damn. Now, who leaked the chats? Who released these messages? That matters. And I hope we find out, as of course Newsweek now is trying to dox these people. Full list of young Republicans involved in offensive chats. Okay, people are having offensive chats privately. That's a lot different than the left celebrating death. That's a lot different than the left condoning, promoting violence. Okay? Okay, people said some mean things behind the scenes privately. Why did that chat get even leaked? All right, why? They were racist privately. They talked about this German guy. And I'm like, okay, they're probably just being ridiculous just to be ridiculous. Now, as of course, leftists like Hassan Piker have literally called for a lot of awful things to happen to human beings because of their kind of political and nationalistic alignments. Right? And he literally was talking about things that I can't even describe in this video. If I did, this video would get taken down if I told you what Hassan Piker has said about other people, right-wingers, online. He shocks a dog, and the whole internet is pissed. And rightfully so. I think electroshocking your dog so they sit in one place for hours and hours and hours just for clicks and attention as you do videos. It's a little mean. As new video has come out showing him duct taping what looks like the metal prongs on the device that he had. It looks like that there was a remote control. As of course, the dogs don't just yelp here. As many people are now saying that this is a real controversy, a very serious controversy. And whatever you might think or whatever opinion you might have on this, it is fascinating that this is the thing, out of all the things, this is the thing that they're kind of going after him for. But at least the memes are pretty hilarious here. We have this one from Ricky Berwick.
I don't even want.
That's not a good answer.
Are you going to leave your shoes out again? No. That's right.
Dog collars are no joke. I put one on. They get pretty powerful. So be careful. Right. Stop copyrighting people's videos. Ask whatever questions you want, but those questions have a right to be questioned themselves. Don't leak group chats if we're going to learn anything, and express yourself fully. Don't hide anything. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that, buying the t-shirts on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and this is why. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively with my big zoomed in face on youtube.com/wearechange. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more.